Hello guys and welcome to the channel UFO to Know, and in today's video I just wanted to quickly talk about a really fascinating connection I made while reading the Law of One raw material. In session 43.5 they talk about cattle mutilations. Specifically, Dawn asks if the cattle mutilations, the parts removed, are the same every time, and he was wondering if this was related to the energy centers and why these were important. To which Ra responds, I am Ra. This is basically correct. If you may understand that there is a link between energy centers and various thought forms, thus the fears of the mass consciousness create the climate for the concentration upon the removal of body parts which symbolize areas of concern or fear in mass consciousness. Session 43.6. Are you saying then that these parts are removed and are related to the mass consciousness of the third density human form on the planet, and this fear is being used in some way by the second density entities, or correction, the thought form entities that do the mutilations? Ra, I am Ra. This is correct, as laterally stated. The thought form entities feed upon fear, thus they are able to do precise damage according to systems of symbology. The other second density types of which you speak, second density, for those of you who don't know, are more like animalistic creatures. Those second density types of which you speak need the what you call blood. 43.7. These other second density types need the blood to remain in the physical. Do they come in and out of our physical density from one of the astral planes? Ra, I am Ra. These entities are, shall we say, creatures of the Orion group. They do not exist in astral planes as do the thought forms, but wait within the Earth's surface. We as always remind you that this is our impression, that this type of information is unimportant. Now, going back to an old 1976 channeling where Carla was speaking or channeling an entity. In this session, October 26, 1976, Carla asks about a Bigfoot type entity inside a UFO. To which the response is, I believe from Hatan, this is a vehicle of conveyance which is formed by thought on what you call an astral plane. The creature of which you speak is not physical in your terms, but partially so. His vehicle, both physical and that conveyance of which you term a UFO, partially materialized into your density. He is able to vitalize his body through the use of the blood of animals upon which he preys, just as the bird of prey in your sky uses blood of the animals upon which he preys. The difference, my friends, is that this entity, for most of your experience, is not physical and is a transient in your world. This is possible at this time because of the progress of your planet in transition. It was possible in the past only in very limited cases, but will become more prevalent in the future, along with many other entities which have been for many years of your time denizens of what you term the astral planes. Many of them will be for short periods of time manifesting in the physical, and then, as time progresses, for longer periods. It is necessary, if one is to sustain a physical body, that the body be nourished by physical substance, just as you nourish your physical body. Each of these creatures, no matter what type, if they are to maintain a physical body as you know it, will find it necessary to nourish that body. The mutilations of which you speak are simply nourishments. They are not being carried out by the variety of Bigfoot that dwells within your plane. This variety of Bigfoot is vegetarian. Carla, the werewolf type of Bigfoot, is its form dependent upon the thought forms of the people of this planet? Is he shaped or made like he is because of various... Answer. The shape of this entity is ancient. It is a formation that was brought about by the mating of a certain race in your ancient times, a race that evolved in what you would have called the second density. This race was lost in your physical world at the end of that cycle of experience, but remains in thought in what you term the astral plane. As your planet makes its present transition, it is possible in a more direct manner for these earlier forms to emerge in your worlds, due to the transition which is both mental and physical. The physical part having to do with a nourishment and the polarization which is derived from the cattle which are mutilated and drained of blood. So I find this is very fascinating and seems to go really well with the whole Skinwalker Ranch weird paranormal activity and sites of skinwalkers which take on werewolf like forms. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and take care.